The ardent participation of the delegates from all over the country and beyond has made this conference a great success. Today, we are here on the last day of this annual Mahakumbh to say goodbye and give you all a hearty farewell, knowing very well that goodbyes are not forever. They are not the end. They simply mean we will miss you until we meet again. It is a proud privilege to welcome Major General Anuj Mathur as the chief guest of the valedictory ceremony. We also welcome the guest of honor for the day, Dr. Biswajit Saha, Director, Skill Education, CBSE. Let us embark on today's proceedings with the lighting of the lamp. I request everyone to rise for the prayer. May I humbly request Shri Rajiv Jain sir to present an indigenously developed tray garden to our honorable chief guest.
Proud privilege to welcome you all in this auditorium for the valedictory function of this 13th annual Mahakumbh of Bhavans principals from across the country and abroad. I extend a most cordial welcome to our chief guest, General Anuj Mathur, to our guest of honor, Dr. Biswajit Saha, and everybody who has made it possible to travel from far and wide and make this event what it turned out to be. I would be failing in my duties if I do not thank the staff, all ranks, be it teaching, non-teaching, supporting staff of Vidyashram who were there 24/7. Thank you, staff members, our Vice Principal ma'am. She was not keeping very well and she was there throughout in spite of her personal loss of her dog who was a family for her for last 16 years. She did take a day off. To Headmistress Balwadi, Ma'am Anu Sood, for being the overall coordinator of the event and for that flawless planning. To these children who now maybe formally for the last time, my head boy and head girl, or head boy and head girl, who are flanking me from either sides to escort me, and to all the other students who have been bearing with our crazy execution of ideas. Thank you, press, Jaipur press, for receiving us so well, electronic and print media. Thank you, the office force, the administrative force for our crazy ideas of last minute calls, Rajpurohit sir, Satish, Shanta, Sanjay, Neeraj for being there. Thank you so much. The success if this conference has achieved is all because of the wonderful team that we have, and fault, if any, have been entirely mine. Sincerely apologizing if we have gone wrong anywhere. Once again, thank you very much for making it happen for us. God bless us. May the Bhavan will, may the Bhavan values, and may the Bhavan ideas prevail till eternity. Jai Hind.
पश्चाताप और ब्रह्मांड की एकमेव शक्ति शिव की स्तुति से उपजा तांडव स्त्रोत पंचाक्षर छंद से आबद्ध है, जिसे हमारे विद्यालय के विद्यार्थियों द्वारा प्रथम बार तबला वाद्य यंत्र पर संगति कर आपके सम्मुख प्रस्तुत किया जा रहा है।
teachers are retiring or will be retiring in March 2023. On behalf of Bharati Vidya Bhavan, we wish them all the best and we wish them a very happy and prosperous life after retirement.
Continuing further with the reports of group discussion, I now invite the group leader of Group B, Mme. Chibolo Uma.
If we look at the topic is research and development is a prerequisite in education, and it's for the development of nation. This is a compound sentence, 2 points here we can clearly see. First sentence is education for the development of the nation, and the secondly, research for education.
I now invite Sir Rajiv Kumar Singhal, the group leader of Group E.
And our topic is National Education Policy 2020 Foundational Stage Program of 5 years has made education achieve a wider horizon. We know that NEP has suggested to shift school education structure from 10+2 to 5+3+3+4. We are talking about first 5. Surveys also said that 85% brain development occur in the age of 0 to 6 years. That is directly connected with our logical thinking. And second is children learn language fastly in the age of 2 to 8 years. That means both shows that first 8 years are very important for our children. And out of these 8, first 6 years we were neglecting.
Or in simple terms, we can say the ability to use more than 2 languages to communicate is multilinguistic approach. Now, the question is, how do we say that the power of futuristic education lies in multilinguistic approach? So, multilinguistic approach has its own benefits. The NEP 2020 ardently promotes multilingualism and the influence of local languages. According to NEP 2020, children understand or develop the concept better in their native languages. Multilinguistic approach also has its other benefits. It improves analytical skills and cognitive abilities. So, as we know, the brain continuously makes associations between words and sentences.
For the presidential address, may I invite the director, Bhavans Shikshan Bharati Mumbai, Shri Rakesh Saxena sir, to enlighten the gathering with his encouraging words.
Well, the conference has gone very, very well, and I said it has achieved its objectives and aims. If I can describe the conference in one word, it was excellent. Excellent in every field, not only in academics. All the sessions were of very high orders. The speakers were very competent, very capable. They have been very wisely chosen. The arrangement for lodging, boarding was very good. The hospitality was excellent. In every field, the conference was excellent. For me, it is not a surprise. I knew that Jaipur School Vidyashram is known for excellence. So for me, it was not a surprise. And she did everything, only she was briefing me. I was nodding, I said, okay, madam, go ahead. But I knew that this conference will set a new record, and it has done. I am sure all my friends will agree that the conference at Jaipur was really, really super. Now we should take away of the conference and try to implement in our school. Okay. As I have come to know that we are going to implement the new education policy from 23. So this is a high time we should plan for the conference, we should plan for the implementation of new education policy. I am sure all our principals who are very capable, very competent, will not leave any stone unturned, and they will implement the new education policy in their school in full vigor and spirit. Well, I must say that all the sessions of the conference were very informative, very useful, and the visit to a place where we have seen the pottery's work and all the handicraft work, that was also very nice. Everything was very nice. So I have nothing to add except thanking Mrs. Pratima Sharma. Evidently, I was always telling, Madam, I will thank you last day. She has done tremendous work, excellent work, and I am really grateful to you, grateful to her, not only for accepting to organize the conference, but did it in a perfect way. Then I am grateful to all the education officers and all my principals who have come here for this conference. I must say that Jaipur Kendra is very generous, very kind. The members of the Jaipur Kendra, Mr. Kothari is there, Mr. Rajiv Jain is there. They are always very supporting, very, very helpful. Once again, I will only express my thanks and gratitude to Jaipur Kendra, especially its chairman Surana ji, for not only for allowing us to have the conference here, but also giving full support and guidance. Well, I can safely say that the conference has gone beyond my expectation. I never expected it would be so nice. It has crossed my imagination, and for that, all thanks go to Jaipur Kendra. Thank you very, very much, and I would like to thank all the principals for coming here from far off places and attending this conference. All of you are curious to know where we will have next conference. Well, it has been decided to organize the next conference at Chandigarh.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to host this conference once again. In the recent past, we had hosted it 5 years back. I hope we can, Jaipur conference has set benchmarks, and I hope we can surpass them with Pratima ma'am and sir's permission. We will do our best.
I take the privilege of inviting the Vice Chairman, Bhavans Jaipur Kendra, Shri Rajiv Jain sir, to address this gathering.
My colleague members, actually I would not go all wrong for what has happened in the conference, because Saxena ji has already given a certificate. Thank you, Saxena sir, for appreciating our school. And on behalf of Surana ji also, I thank you very much. I thank you all the principals. I am sure that it was a good conference, and you will take back few things from here. I request you to take back little Jaipur also along with you.
I request our esteemed Chief Guest, Major General Anuj Mathur, to enlighten us with his visionary words.
Happy afternoon. Well, Mr. Saxena, Mr. Kothari, Mr. Jain, the principal, Ms. Pratima, and everybody present here. This place, I feel absolutely honored, humbled, and privileged to be here this afternoon. Why? Madam, I hope that is not applicable to me, जिसमें जितना दर्श है वो उतना खामोश है. Anyway, I will खामोशी शब्दों से पढ़ी जाती है बहुत 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 I'll continue in English because I believe there are a large number of us who are from better parts of the country. So I was telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that a galaxy of principals and senior teachers is awe-inspiring. This takes my mind back to a story. It reminds me of a king. He was a very, big empire he had. He calls his ministers in the darbar and he says that we have a great empire. Who do you think has contributed the most to this success of ours? One minister gets up, he says, obviously it's the engineer, because he's the one who's created all the infrastructure, everything. If he wasn't there, there would not have been a palace, there would not have been a fort, there would not have been this, that, and the other. He says, yes, you're right. So what do? You get the best engineer of the empire and award it. He was barely done with his statement. Another minister gets up. He says, no, I think it is the doctor. Because if the doctor wasn't there, you may not have been alive. You may not have been born. If he had not saved you during your last illness, somebody else would have been a Raja here. He says, yes, I agree. Get the best doctor of the empire. I'll honor him. Immediately another minister gets up. He says, oh, Maharaj, I think it is the soldier. If the soldier wasn't there, your empire wouldn't have been there. You would have been a slave, somebody else would have been ruling this country. He says, yes, I agree. So what do? You get the best soldier also, we'll reward it. Then he says, another minister gets up, he says, no, it is the business community. If this is not there, how will you run your empire? He was agreeing. He says, yes, you're right. Get the best businessman. And thereafter, every minister said, this one, that one, architect, this, that, and the other. And he said, you get everybody. And then he was confused. He turns to the Prime Minister. And Prime Minister tells him, yes, I was aware that you will get confused in the end and you will turn to me. Now, just wait. So, the Prime Minister moves out of the darbar, comes back with an old lady, barely able to walk. And when he comes with the lady, the engineer gets up, the soldier gets up, the doctor gets up, the architect gets up, the businessman gets up, everybody gets up. Seeing everyone, even Raja gets up. Suddenly he realized, yaar, mere ko to khadne ki zarurat nahi thi. But then he asks the Prime Minister, that who is this lady? Each one of us is getting up. And he says, this lady is a teacher who has taught all of them. Even the teachers are taught by teachers. If you want to shape the destiny of the country, if you want to shape the destiny of the society, you have to make sure that your teachers give right sanskar to the children, to the students. We were just sitting there and we were talking, and a point was coming up that India goes to the schools. Only a small fraction of India goes to colleges and beyond. But the nation goes to school. And if you want to shape the character, if you want to shape the destiny, you have to shape these young minds. There is no doubt in my mind. And you just look around. Ladies and gentlemen, just look around. 90% of our school teachers, what percent? 90% of our school teachers are ladies. Now, I want to tell you all that besides giving them the right sanskar, we need to bring up our boys carefully. We need to teach our boys to respect a woman. And that must form the fundamental part of your education system, ladies and gentlemen. Where we go wrong, we always raise a finger at a different place. It is we who do not bring up our boys well. I have said this many times at many fora. Ladies and gentlemen, the basic education must include, and more importantly in a country like ours, where a woman, a lady is given, she's a goddess. So, that's why I wanted to tell you all, just look around. I think there are very few men, including me. I mean, I just added 0.5% of men to the crowd. So, we must have discussed during the course of this great conference. I have heard so much about this great conference, and I'm sure it has gone off very, very well. You have already learned what emerging trends in the education systems are. I am going to tell you, I am going to talk about basic things. Whatever development in IT, whatever development in anything else, any other means of systems which can take place, you must get back to basics. The basics, the fundamentals which I saw in this school. When I came, I started seeing them from there. When I was climbing up here, they were chanting some prayers, some mantras. Without the shoes, I wanted to remove my own shoes. She didn't allow me to do that. That is the thing which is important. Your own culture, your own heritage, your own values, ethics, they are the ones which must form the fundamental part of your education system. Whatever technology, whatever collaborative learning, this learning, that learning, e-learning, de-learning, all right. But the basics of your culture. And this movement, I would call this Vidya Bharati Vidya Bhavan a movement. This is an iconic movement, ladies and gentlemen, which has lived up to the values, which has lived up to the expectations of one and all, which has earned accolades, which has earned laurels over a period of time. It's going to be 100 years now, I'm told. And this has happened because of their pious efforts, by virtue of their pious efforts to shape the young students, prepare the young students with concord. That is the thing which is required, ladies and gentlemen, and it is so heartening, so great to see all this happening. I wish this movement wonderful success. I wish all other education systems, all other groups of education institutions follow this. I'm sure all of them are doing it. Follow this. The basics of our systems, of India's great heritage, We are talking of languages, we are talking of everything else. We talk that when there is a Hindi medium university that is going to come up, medical college, people are laughing, joking. Where was the English in 1900? Where was the English in 1 AD? Where was the English in times of Cholas? Where was the English when there were 200 colleges in Rajamundry alone? Not many years ago. So, the entire naval expedition by Rajendra Chol, Rajaraj Chol has been taken on by making ships, bombs, guns, barood, everything in their own language. Somebody was talking about your languages. So, take pride in your own language. That reminds me, ladies and gentlemen, I'll digress a little bit before I finish. Today is also Indian Navy Day.
May I humbly invite Shri E. Ramankutti sir, Director, Bhavans Kochi Kendra Kochi, to declare the resolution of the conference and address the gathering.
Good afternoon and namaste. Education is the greatest tool that can ensure development and at the same time promote environmental protection, social equity and sustainability. It is never doubted that a group of thoughtful and committed persons can change the world. This is where the crucial responsibility of the principals of Bhavan schools come to the forefront. The 4-day 13th All India Conference of Principals of Bhavans secondary and senior secondary schools, themed deliberations towards emerging trends in education, was conceived with profound thought to deliberate upon how to nurture a generation of children responsible and committed in life. In the inaugural address, Dr. Rajiv Jain, Vice Chancellor of the University of Rajasthan, emphasized that teachers have to be helped, motivated, and empowered in line with the school's vision, and the principal's role in the implementation of the same is crucial. The first session of National Education Policy 2020 by Ms. Aditi Mishra, Director, Principal, Delhi Public School, Gurgaon, highlighted the salient features of the policy. She stressed on the importance of multidisciplinary form of education with emphasis on storytelling, music, visual arts, and problem-solving methods. The need for transforming the modes of assessment for students' development is very important in her opinion. The second session on cybersecurity, equipping ourselves with cybersecurity hacks by Dr. C.B. Sharma, APS retired, threw light on the awareness about hacking, the ways of preventing it. His exposition on cybersecurity awareness was very informative and relevant, especially in today's world. Vipassana, Master the Mind Through Breath, by Dr. Subhash Sethi, was the third session. Meditation and relaxation techniques put forward by Doctor, accompanied by actual practice-less sessions, made the whole exercise extremely useful and practical. The first session on the second day, Industrial Interface, Making Students Industry Ready, by Sri Dilip Bed, Director, Dilip Industries Private Limited, Jaipur, was in keeping with CBSE's skill education for students. Schools have to provide enough exposure for industrial visits for students and ensure that their innovative skills, soft skills, and the art of questioning are nurtured and developed. Dr. Shiv Gautam, in his session on school leaders can combat mental health issues in children and adolescents, emphasized on why mental health programs are important in schools. Teachers could be provided skills to identify psychological problems in their students and handle them very effectively. Session 6 was Innovation as Ecosystem in Schools by Professor M. Pant. His talks had examples from actual classroom situations. He said that to implement NCF, a lot of innovation is needed. One needs to reinvent oneself and bring about the changes. The 7th session on experiential learning through pedagogies by Ms. Anju Kanva started with a few Kriya Yoga techniques to revitalize and to re-energize the participants. The same can be adopted in the classrooms too. The emphasis should be to create resources to learn the economics of things through experiential learning and pedagogies, she said. Swami Nigleswarananda's exposition on value education, why and how, re-emphasized the role of teachers who have the responsibility of molding the future generation of the country. He especially highlighted the efforts of the two organizations, Ramakrishna Mission and Bharati Vidya Bhavan, which work for the promotion of Indian culture and tradition. Time management, the key to success, by Dr. Ramesh Arora, Professor and Head, Public Administration, Rajasthan University, Jaipur, was the 9th session. He suggested 50 mantras and recommended that one should devote time for the 7 dimensions of life. One who loves his work and is passionate about it will not let time or stress affect his work. Design thinking by Ms. Neha Chandra. Design thinking is a powerful tool to fundamentally transform lives and build a more sustainable future. The 5 stages of design thinking are empathizing, defining, ideating, prototyping, and testing. Bringing in design thinking will help children realize the value of collaboration, view setbacks, and treat failures as valuable learning moments, develop a growth mindset, self-belief, resilience, and empathy. Integration of skill education in school curriculum, Dr. Biswajit Saha, Director, Skill Education, CBSE, New Delhi. Dr. Biswajit Saha opened his session asserting that without design thinking approach, leadership is not complete. Students should also understand the essence of design thinking. Keeping this in mind, CBSE offers students the flexibility of learning modular subjects of short duration of 12 hours for each module in classes 6, 7, and 8. This will help them to make a choice at a later stage in their senior secondary level or when it comes to choosing a higher vocational degree. He also recommended industrial visits to schools for better interface. It is resolved that education must pave the way for transformation and change, equipping our learners to meet the challenges and are thrown their way today and in future, preparing them for life. The role of a principal is of paramount importance in encouraging critique of current approaches and exploring alternative possibilities to the existing teaching learning processes. Our pedagogy must reflect the shift towards active and participatory learning, incorporating the essential elements of experiential, critical, creative, and systematic learning, making it multidisciplinary and collaborative. We hope that the 4-day conference has opened up new pathways and would foster the necessary changes that will ensure implementation of NEP 2020 envisaged. Let's continue to journey on this partnership for change and pledge for a better future for our learners. Thank you and namaste.
It is time to acknowledge and encourage the effort of the delegates by presenting certificates to them. May I request our esteemed chief guest to honor the delegates. I request the delegates to come up on the stage and as and when the names have been called out. Vice Chairman, Bhavans Jaipur Kendra, to present a token of gratitude and reverence to our revered chief guest for sparing his valuable time and gracing the occasion.
Very good, very good, very good. That's what I was saying. Thank you. What a pleasure.
Can I have please, sir? Thank you.
Presenting before you a redefined traditional system of education through a small enactment, Kyonki Yahi Srijan Hai, which is based on the Japanese novel Toto-chan.
थी संगीत की थपकियों पर और दौड़ती थी एक बंद डिब्बे की बाहर। मैं वो देखती थी जो बाकी सब इन दो आंखों से नहीं देख पाते थे। मैं बाहर का दृश्य थी। मैं देखे गए हर दृश्य से अनुपस्थित थी। मैं अनुपस्थित थी दीवारों के भीतर। मैं थी आपका बचपन, आपका बचपन, आपका बचपन और आपका बचपन। मैं आप सबका बचपन थी। तो आइए उपस्थित होइए मेरे बचपन के साथ अपने बचपन में।
सपने
समझो नहीं, बोलो नहीं, बस लिखते जाओ। तो जान ये क्या है?
मैम, मैं अपनी पेंसिल निकाल रही हूँ।
तो जान, stop creating this nuisance in the class.
मैम, मैं अपनी इरेज़र निकाल रही हूँ। मैम, मैं अपनी कॉपी निकाल रही हूँ।
सोचो नहीं, समझो नहीं, बोलो नहीं, बस लिखते जाओ, लिखते जाओ। सोचो नहीं, समझो नहीं, बोलो नहीं, बस लिखते जाओ, लिखते जाओ। सोचो नहीं, समझो नहीं, बोलो नहीं, बस लिखते जाओ, लिखते जाओ। ये अनुशासन है।
यही अनुशासन है। सोचो नहीं, समझो नहीं, बोलो नहीं, बस लिखते जाओ।
यही अनुशासन है। और इसी अनुशासन में आज मेरी पीटीएम होने वाली है। पहले पी, थोड़ा टी, मुस्कुराओ एंड। यार, ये नाम क्यों नहीं बदलते पीटीएम का?
हाँ, नाम क्यों नहीं बदलते पीटीएम का?
पी
पहले,
टी,
थोड़ा,
एम।
मुस्कुराओ।
अब आप ही देख लीजिए मेरी पीटीएम। आपकी बेटी, आपकी बेटी, आपकी बेटी, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला। आपकी बेटी, आपकी बेटी, आपकी बेटी, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला। आपकी बेटी, आपकी बेटी, आपकी बेटी, ब्ला।
आपकी बेटी, आपकी बेटी कहती है कि मैं सूरज पे रोटियां सेकूंगी और चांद पे पिकनिक बनाऊंगी। अब आप ही बताइए, क्या ये संभव है? क्या ये संभव है? आपकी बेटी, हाँ, आपकी की बेटी इतनी समझदार है कि वह टमाटर में लाल रंग तो नहीं भरेगी, नीला रंग भर देगी। अब आप ही बताइए, क्या ये संभव है? क्या ये संभव है?
आपकी बेटी, हाँ, आप ही की बेटी कहती है कि काश इस दुनिया में आइसक्रीम का बगीचा होता। अब आप ही बताइए, क्या ये संभव है?
क्या ये संभव है?
आपकी बेटी, हाँ, आप ही की बेटी की बात कर रही हूँ मैं। आपकी बेटी कहती है कि दुनिया के सारे पेड़ मेरे दोस्त हैं और मैं रोज उनसे बातें करती हूँ। अब आप ही बताइए, क्या ये संभव है?
क्या ये संभव है?
आपकी बेटी, हाँ, आपकी ही बेटी ने हद कर रखी है। अब वो ये कहती है कि स्कूल के भी पहिए होने चाहिए ताकि मैं दुनिया घूम घूम के पढ़ लूं। अब आप ही बताइए, क्या ये संभव है?
क्या ये संभव है?
आपकी बेटी ने तो पूरे स्कूल को सिर पे चढ़ा रखा है। पूरे स्कूल में सिर्फ आपकी बेटी की बातें होती रहती है। आपकी बेटी कहती है कि कभी तो मैं टिफिन में पहाड़ लाती हूँ, कभी पानी लाती हूँ, तो कभी मिट्टी लाती हूँ। अब आप ही बताइए, क्या ये संभव है?
क्या ये संभव है?
आपकी बेटी, हाँ जी, आपकी की बेटी की बातें हो रही है यहाँ पे। आपकी बेटी कहती है कि जो बादल है ना, कॉटन कैंडी के बने हैं और हम इन्हें खा भी सकते हैं। अब आप ही बताइए, क्या ये संभव है?
क्या ये संभव है? क्या ये संभव है? क्या ये संभव है? टिफिन में कभी बाहर, कभी पानी, कभी मिट्टी। क्या ये संभव है? क्या ये संभव है? टमाटर में नीला रंग। क्या ये संभव है? क्या ये संभव है? पेड़ मेरे दोस्त। क्या ये संभव है? अनुशासन और अनुशासनहीनता की परिभाषा एक फोड़ी की तरह हमारे मन दरवाजे पर सदियों से टंगी है, जो एक पीढ़ी से दूसरी पीढ़ी तक बिना किसी तर्क के, बिना किसी शल्य चिकित्सा के, बिना किसी विचार मंथन को ध्वस्त किए ट्रांसफर हो रही है। क्या एक पीढ़ी का सच दूसरी पीढ़ी के लिए झूठ नहीं हो सकता? सवाल ये है कि क्या एक चुप कक्षा अनुशासित है और एक प्रश्न पूछता बच्चा अनुशासनहीन? सवाल ये भी है कि क्या किताबों में ही कक्षा संभव है और एक किताबों से बाहर कल्पनाएं करता बच्चा असंभव? देखो, देखो फोड़े से मवाद बह रहा है, रिस रहा है शताब्दियों से, और हम उस मवाद पर इत्र छिटक कर अपनी ही नाक को बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं। मैं अनुशासनहीन लड़की थी
क्योंकि मैं कक्षा में तितली और चिड़िया की तरह उड़ती थी।
मैं अनुशासनहीन लड़की थी
क्योंकि मैं कॉपी सबसे देर से निकालती थी।
मैं अनुशासनहीन लड़की थी
क्योंकि मेरी कक्षा किताबों के बाहर थी।
मैं अनुशासनहीन लड़की थी
क्योंकि मेरे पास ढेर सवाल थे।
मुझे 4 स्कूलों से निकाल दिया गया
क्योंकि मैं अनुशासनहीन लड़की थी। क्योंकि मैं अनुशासनहीन लड़की थी।
अनुशासनहीन लड़की थी।
क्या आपको पता है? क्या आपको पता है? अब मैं अपने नए स्कूल जा रही हूँ, जो तुम्हारे शहर में है और वो रेल के डिब्बों में चलता है। नया सितारा! हाँ हाँ, नया सितारा! कौन? आज हमारी कक्षा में नया सितारा चमकने वाला है। अरे भाई कौन? दो चांद, नया सितारा दो चांद, नया सितारा दो चांद।
हेलो तोतो जान।
हेलो, मैं हूँ तोतो जान। तोतो जान, तुम्हारे के इस नए स्कूल में तुम्हारा स्वागत है तोतो जान। तुम्हारा स्वागत है तोतो जान। बताओ क्या यहाँ पर सब दरवाजों पर पेड़ क्यों लगी है? क्या कोई स्पेशल बात है?
हाँ, स्पेशल बात तो है। यहाँ के सारे पेड़ हमारे दोस्त हैं और वही हमारे बेस्ट फ्रेंड हैं। इन पेड़ों को हमने ही उगाया है और हम इन्हें रोज पानी भी देते हैं।
और तोतो जान, हम उन पेड़ों से बहुत सारी बातें करते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा बातें करते हैं, क्योंकि वो हमारे बेस्ट फ्रेंड हैं।
इस स्कूल में हर बच्चे का एक बेस्ट फ्रेंड होता है।
क्या मैं भी एक पेड़ को अपना बेस्ट फ्रेंड बना सकती हूँ?
हाँ!
और यहाँ पर पहली पीरियड की घंटी किसकी होती है?
मिट्टी में नाखून हो जाते हैं, हमारे कपड़े भी गंदे हो जाते हैं और टीचर भी नहीं डांटती। हम मिट्टी के पहाड़ बनाते हैं, महल बनाते हैं और हमें नए बीजों को बोना भी सिखाया जाता है। और तो चल हमें खेती बाड़ी के औजारों के बारे में भी पता है। क्या तुम्हें पता है? नहीं। तो पता चल जाएगा।
और कल्पना के पीरियड में क्या होता है?
कल्पना के पीरियड में हम कल्पना करते हैं, जैसे कि मछली उड़ती हो या फिर चिड़िया तैरती हो और मेरी फेवरेट चॉकलेट यम्मी आसमान से गिरती हो।
क्या मेरी फेवरेट चॉकलेट आसमान से गिर सकती है?
हाँ।
क्या मैं टमाटर में नीला रंग भर सकती हूँ?
हाँ।
क्या मैं आइसक्रीम का बगीचा बना सकती हूँ?
हाँ। अरे वाह! इमेजिनेशन करने से तो हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ, फिजिकल हेल्थ, क्रिएटिवनेस और लैंग्वेज स्ट्रांग होते हैं। अरे ये कोई ऐसा वैसा पीरियड नहीं है, ये तो हम बच्चों के लिए बहुत ही खास पीरियड है ना दोस्तों? और तुमको पता है, तुमको सेल्फ डिफेंसिव पीरियड में आत्मरक्षा करना भी सिखाया जाता है। नहीं रुकेंगे, गजब बेइज्जती है। और तुम्हें पता है, हर महीने हमारे स्कूल में एक मेला लगता है जिसमें स्टूडेंट्स अपनी हॉबी के अनुसार चीजें बनाते हैं और हम उन्हें खरीदते बेचते भी हैं और इससे हम व्यापार की तरह सीखते हैं। ये बहुत अच्छी गुड़िया बनाती है, तुम भी खरीद लेना। हाँ, मुझे तो गुड़िया बनाना बहुत पसंद है, मैं तो हर बार वही बनाती हूँ। एक सीक्रेट बताऊँ, ये सब इतना जल्दी खरीद लेते हैं कि मेरा पूरा भी दिमाग फट जाता है। तुम्हें पता है वो कौन था? हाँ, ये बहुत टेस्टी कपकेक्स बनाती है, चॉकलेट, कभी वनीला, कभी बटरस्कॉच, कभी स्ट्रॉबेरी, मजा ही आ जाता है। और ये सब खरीद भी लेते हैं। और तुम्हें पता है
क्या? क्या?
मैं कागज से हवाई जहाज बनाता हूँ जो फटते भी नहीं है। हाँ, इसके हवाई जहाज तो बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, तुम भी खरीद लेना।
और इन हॉबीज के कारण ही हमें पूरे जीवन में कभी भी डिप्रेशन नहीं होता। हम हमेशा खुश रहते हैं, पॉजिटिव रहते हैं।
सुनो, जब कोई गिर जाता है या फिर उसकी लग जाती है तो हम उसकी मरहम पट्टी करते हैं, क्योंकि हमारे स्कूल में सेल्फ मेडिकेशन भी सिखाया जाता है।
देखो देखो, मेरे दर्द हुई थी तो इसलिए मरहम पट्टी की थी।
और तो जान,
हाँ,
तुम्हें पता है
क्या? मैं तो न्यू स्टूडेंट हूँ ना।
हमारे विद्यालय में ढंग से प्रार्थना होती है।
कैसे?
हम विद्यालय की साफ सफाई करते हैं, क्योंकि जहाँ पे साफ सफाई होती है वहाँ ईश्वर का वास होता है। हम तो विद्यालय के बाथरूम की सफाई भी करते हैं, हम क्लासरूम की भी सफाई करते हैं, हम गार्डन की सफाई भी करते हैं,
हड्डियों की सफाई भी करते हैं,
दरवाजों की सफाई भी करते हैं, हम पूरे स्कूल की सफाई करते हैं। हम घर की सफाई करते हैं, ऑफिस की सफाई करते हैं, घर की करते हैं।
मैं कमाई में अपने नए साथियों के साथ पढ़ने लगी। मैं पढ़ने लगी थी जंगलों को, चींटियों को, पेड़ को, चिड़िया को। मैं पढ़ रही थी नदियों को, कल्पनाओं को और ढेर सारे रंगों को। लेकिन फिर भी मैं अनुशासनहीन नहीं। वहाँ के प्रिंसिपल ने मुझे कभी भी इस बनी बनाई लकीर पर चलने के लिए नहीं कहा। फिर एक दिन द्वितीय विश्व युद्ध के काले साए में मेरा ये स्कूल एटम बम गिरने से नष्ट हो गया। मेरा स्कूल नष्ट हो गया। लेकिन इस स्कूल की जड़ों ने मुझे वो मजबूत लड़की बनाया जो बड़े होकर एक उपन्यासकार बनी। उसकी किताब तो चाल विश्व की 50 से भी ज्यादा भाषाओं में अनुवादित हुई। उसकी पुस्तक पर कई विश्वविद्यालयों ने शोध ग्रंथ लिखे हैं और अभी भी लिख रहे हैं। उसमें स्टैनफोर्ड और हार्वर्ड जैसे महान विद्यालय शामिल हैं। उसकी पुस्तक तो चांद पर विश्व की अनेक भाषाओं में महान फिल्में बनी हैं। आज आपके समक्ष प्रस्तुत तो चांद केवल एक नाटिका नहीं थी, एक विचार मंथन था। तो चांद एक खाली घड़े को पानी की फिल्म दिखाने का प्रयास है। तो चांद एक टूटे फूल को गले लगाने की कला है। तो चांद रेगिस्तान में फूल खिलाने का दुस्साहस है। तो चांद एक बचपन की नहीं, लाखों बचपन की पीड़ा है। तो चांद उस बचपन का नाम है जो शब्द, स्पर्श, रूप, रस और सुगंध से इस दुनिया को खूबसूरत बनाया। क्योंकि महत्व बूंद का है, महासागर का नहीं। दुनिया की किसी भी भाषा में नफरत से बोला गया किसी भी बच्चे का नाम मेरे नाम में बदल जाता है। क्योंकि मेरा नाम बचपन है, जिसमें शामिल है आपका बचपन, आपका बचपन, आपका बचपन और आपका बचपन। आप सबका बचपन शामिल है मेरे बचपन में।
दो पड़ी सुबह की नन्ही आँखें, जैसे फपक कर दो पड़ी हूँ सुबह की नन्ही आँखें, जैसे नन्ही ओस की पीठ पर उगाए हो नीले निशान, जैसे नन्ही ओस की पीठ पर उगाए हो नीले निशान, नीले निशान, नीले निशान, जैसे तितलियाँ खुद को ले जा रही हो कब्र की ओर, कब्र की ओर, खुद को ले जा रही हो कब्र की ओर, कब्र की ओर। रोको इन्हें, रोको इन्हें, रोको इन्हें, बचाओ इन्हें, रोको इन्हें, बचाओ
Isn't it truly inspiring? Dance is the hidden language of the soul. Kalbelia dance is a folk dance of Rajasthan. Presenting before you Kalbelia, the folk dance of our state. contribution to reality. To enable students to find meaning through experiential learning, CBSE is promoting art-integrated education to make learning joyful. Keeping this in mind, Dr. A.K. Sharma sir, Regional Education Officer, Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, New Delhi, thought of integrating science with English. The students of Bhavan schools wrote poems on different concepts of science which have been compiled in the form of an e-book on poetry titled Epiphany. May I now request Shri Rakesh Saxena sir, Director, Bhavans Shikshan Bharati Mumbai, to release the e-book on poetry Epiphany.
You will find beautiful poems are written by the children. I have never expected that our children can write such type of poems. Some poems are extraordinary. So please go through the booklet and enjoy it.
Privileged to represent Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, Vidyashram, K. Munshi, Marg, Jaipur, in expressing my heartfelt gratitude, standing amidst this galaxy of intellectuals. With folded hands, I bow in gratitude to each and every one of you. To culminate today's ceremony, I request everyone to rise for the national anthem.